Hello everyone and welcome to Mathematics, which helps you to practice the habit of completing a question a day in mathematics. So for this video, we will focus on chapter 3 and let's aim ourselves to learn one thing from this video. So I will need your help to first pause the video and go through the question first so you can understand better when we discuss this question. The things we can highlight from this question is we have a motorcycle factory and it produces 3 kinds of motorcycles. So the sales price are different for each of them. And it says that in December 2021, it sold a total of 140 motorcycles. Total profit is 515k and the total cost is 630k. So the question asks how many motorcycles are sold for each type. So this is our aim in this video, which is to learn how to form a system of linear equations and solve them. So to find the number of motorcycles sold for each type, we need to form some linear equations and then we need to find a way to solve them. So firstly, we will need to use an unknown for each of the motorcycles. And to form the equations, we have 2 approaches, which is the total way or the relationship way. So the relationship way means that it compares 2 unknowns. Let's say x is more than y by 5. But here we don't need this because we have 3 kinds of total amounts. The total amount of motorcycles sold, the total profit, and the total cost. So we need to form one equation for each of the totals. So to find the total number of motorcycles, it would be x plus y plus z equals to 140. This is our first equation. The second equation, we can focus on cost first because here it displays all the costs for each motorcycle. So by assuming the number of motorcycles are x, y, and z respectively for 125, 150, and 155cc, to find the total cost, we can just multiply each of the number of the motorcycles with the cost. And since the numbers are a bit big, we need to simplify them because when we calculate x, y, and z, it will be easier. So we just cross off the zeros here. For the third equation will be the profit, but as you can see here, there's no information on profit for each of the motorcycles. So this one we need to calculate. So as we know, the profit equals to revenue minus the cost. So we need to find for each motorcycle the revenue and the cost. So the revenues, you can find it from this table. The cost, you can find it from this sentence. These are the profits, and let's form an equation by multiplying the profit with the number of motorcycles here. And we add them up together. But the number here is also very big, so we need to simplify them by crossing out the extra zeros. And these would be our 3 equations. So to solve them, we can use a way which is elimination, which helps us to eliminate the unknowns one by one and to find the answer of the last unknown. Then we can use back the answer to find back the previous unknowns. And the first step is to choose an unknown to eliminate. So let's say we choose x. Step 2 is to choose 2 equations first, make sure the number of x is the same. So let's say we choose these 2 equations. The numbers of x is different. One is 1 and one is 3. So to ensure they are the same, I would need to multiply the first equation with 3. Why we need to do so is because for step 3, we can either add or minus both equations together to make the x disappear. So since the signs for x are the same, we can subtract both equations together. As you can see, our x disappears. And now we need to repeat step 2 and step 3 again to find another equation with y and z. Since the coefficients are different, so the first equation I need to multiply 2.5. And to eliminate the x, I can subtract both equations. The reason we need to do this twice is because if we want to find 2 unknowns, we need to have 2 equations. And since we have 2 unknowns, we need to repeat step 1 to step 3 to eliminate one of it. So let's eliminate y. So since the coefficients for y are different, so I need to cross multiply. The first equation need to multiply 1.5, the second equation need to multiply 2. And since the signs of the y's are the same, so I can subtract both equations to find the value of z. So when we find the value of one unknown, we can go backwards to find the value of x and y, which is our step 5. So by subbing in the value of z, you will get the value of y, which is 60. And subbing in the value of y and z, you will get the value of x, which is 50. So congratulations, you have completed a question. So the target of this video is to learn how to form system of linear equations and how to solve them. And here are the take-home points. So when forming equations, we have two approaches: either use the total or use the relationship between unknowns. So in our case, we have 3 types of totals. One is the profit, cost, and the total number of motorcycles. And for solving equations, there are actually 2 ways: elimination and substitution. But I'll prefer to use elimination to solve linear equations because it's more easier and we have less basics to be done. Alright, so what I'm showing you now is the way of how the marks are allocated for this question. Hopefully you have learned something in this video, and if you feel this video is beneficial to you, please give a like, subscribe, and share it to your friends and classmates. So I'll see you very soon in the next video. Thank you.